Could Stevie Ray Vaughan play Voodoo Child better than Jimi Hendrix? Technically, maybe. Artistically, that question is even wrong. I have a clear opinion, so stay with me and let's find out. Before we move on, you may like to encourage me by giving me a like and subscribe to this channel. Highly appreciated. Jimi Hendrix was born in 1942 in Seattle and he died 1970 at the age of 27. Stevie Ray Vaughan was born in 1954 in Dallas, Texas, and he died in 1990 at the age of 35. Both guitarists were deeply rooted in the blues. Jimi Hendrix was more the inventor, experimentator. He even went to psychedelic territory. Stevie Ray Vaughan, on the other hand, was deeply rooted in the Texas blues, and he concentrated on that. So he was the master of the Texas blues guitar, so to speak. Jimi Hendrix sounded very dry, as we can hear in this example. Stevie Ray Vaughan had a broader sound because he used different amplifiers. I will explain that later, but let's listen to Stevie Ray. A big shout out and thank you to the channels Blues in Color and Stevie Ray Vaughan Official for providing this great material. Stevie Ray Vaughan's playing was very controlled and Jimi Hendrix's playing was more intuitive and unpredictable, I would say. Let us listen to a certain riff of the song and then maybe you will see the differences. Let's have a listen to the way how both of them are singing and playing the same melody. That's a technique that have been used by guitar heroes like George Benson, and both of them are doing it very well. Let's have a listen to the differences. We start with Jimi Hendrix. Now let's listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan playing and singing the same part. This time the guitar is much louder than the singing, but we will get the picture. So, what are the differences? First of all, the pitch of Stevie Ray Vaughan's voice is much tighter, much better than Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is like he's singing very, let's say, loosely. And then we can see that Stevie Ray Vaughan is much more in the blues tradition, although he was born 12 years later. Let's listen to the solos, aka improvisation. We start with Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is playing pretty rough, very creative. He's using licks that are unexpected and unusual. And an important part for me is his body language. So have a look at his body language while doing the solos. Now let's go to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray has a very modern way to play a solo compared to Jimi Hendrix. He's using different amps and amps which allow him to have a much cleaner tone, which we will hear right now. And you can hear that his solo is more percussive, more rhythm orientated, and very more modern, although he uses the minor pentatonic or the extended version, which we call the blues scale. It's very interesting to see and hear the differences between both guitarists. So what do we have right now? On the Hendrix side, a very rough playing, a strong body language, a softer right hand attack, and the feeling that the notes are discovered while playing. On the Stevie Ray Vaughan side, we have a tighter playing, a much heavier right hand attack, a more rhythmical playing, and a more modern guitar hero arc in the solo, and a much wider sound. Let's talk about the gear. Both guitarists used a wah-wah. Both guitarists used a fuzz to add distortion, and both guitarists used an octaver to add distortion and an extra high note in octave above the original note to get some aggressive expression, I would say. Stevie Vaughan had an additional tube screamer from Ibanez. The effects were pretty similar. The difference are the amps. Jimi Hendrix used one amp, a 100-watt Marshall amp, and he played it very loud. Stevie Ray Vaughan used at least 3 amps. A Dumble steel string singer and 2 Fender vibroverbs. And he used the inbuilt reverb from the Fender amps a little bit, but on the stage he had a very wide sound because of the 3 amps, and he could switch between hard distortion and an almost clean sound. As I said before, the question who can play Voodoo Child better is wrong. But if you ask me who is more valuable to me, as a guitarist it's easy. Clearly Jimi Hendrix, because he played chops nobody has ever played before. You can say he is the inventor of the modern rock guitar until today. Stevie Ray Vaughan was a master in his field. He refined the playing of Jimi Hendrix. He could play more articulated, he could play faster, and he had a much more modern sound. That's my opinion. And I really would like to hear, what do you think? Do you think we should say Jimi Hendrix is better than Stevie Ray Vaughan or vice versa? I don't think so. That's a bit like the discussion Neil Peart or Annika Nilles. Both musicians have their own style and they deserve our deep respect, I would say. I would like to hear what those guitarists mean to you. To finish this, let's listen a bit to both guitarists. Now it's Stevie Ray Vaughan's turn.